Well, it's time here in Barnsley at Players' Championship 19 for some last 16 action. The fourth round, players fighting it out for a place in the quarterfinals. These are all guys who have won their boards. And these two, former world champion Mark Webster and the up-and-coming young Austrian Rowby-John Rodriguez, RJ Rod, Little John, one of the many RJ Rods created in a factory outside Vienna. This is model 467/B, Rowby-John. Just 22 years old. Looks about 12, I know. But already accruing a large amount of experience in PDC darts. Saw him at the European Championship, win a game last year before he kind of crumbled against John Henderson in the second round. We've seen him at the World Championship for the last couple of years. First round exits there. Made the Grand Slam for the last couple of years as well. He's been around as Rowby-John, but Mark Webster, huge experience. Not an old man himself, Mark Webster, of course.
58.
And both of these guys have won 3 games to get to this stage. Rowby-John saw off Matt Edgar. Alan Norris, winner on the European Tour the other weekend. Good win.
83.
Right there, beaten 6-2 as well, Rowby-John. And then he's just seen off Robbie Green to win his board and make it through to the last 16.
93.
99 left for Webster. 80. Lovely, double 10 for the first leg.
79.
Just misses outside. Rowby-John not on a finish. Webster will return. Going to be on a finish now, though. Just a case of what finish he wants. Oh, what a setup shot there from Rowby-John. He's at least applied the pressure. Double 10 for Webster, though. Yeah, no mistaking. It is a 1-0 lead for the Welshman. Mark Webster saw off Jeffrey Desvan. We saw that on this board. Fantastic game of darts it was. Jeffrey Desvan fighting back. Mark Webster hitting 4 180s in consecutive legs. Losing most of them, but he did get over the line. Won it 6-5 in the end.
93.
Then he saw off Barry Van Peer. That was another deciding leg victory. And he's just overcome Andy Hamilton, the former world finalist.
70.
Mark Webster's been playing some good darts for some time now. Really, last year saw a resurgence in his career.
100.
And it must be satisfying for Webby. I made the point when he played Jeffrey Desvan earlier on this board that, because of the technical issues in his throw,
140.
there's a question mark about games that go long, whether he can maintain the fluency. But he has, and he's winning these deciding legs. And again, I've used the word again, heroic stuff from the Welshman. I think it's incredibly impressive. And he started well in this one. Classy player
96.
is Mark Webster. He has left 168, which is a bogey number. Can't finish that. He's going to leave himself well placed. Treble 20 to leave the Mensur.
140.
He will come back looking at double 14 unless Rowby-John can take out the 105. 25 tops. Well, that was the route,
65.
but he couldn't find double top with his first dart. And that means that it's double 14.
Game shot.
Very good stuff from Mark Webster. 2-0 lead. Break of throw there. And the Welshman is giving both barrels to Rowby-John in the early stages here. Rowby-John Rodriguez has won on the development tour. He's won on the challenge tour. He's not yet
99.
been able to find his way through to a final in a senior ranking event. He has made the semi-finals before. That was in Wigan last year. Ton 40 there. And he has made quarterfinals in ranking events. Not least here in Barnsley last month at the end of the triple header we had midweek.
60.
Quarterfinal of the World Cup. He's still playing development tour stuff and having some success. Made a few finals this year already. Hasn't been able to add to the number of
78.
development tour titles that he's won. But he had a quarter-final at the UK Open qualifiers, the very first one of the year, in fact. And he is making progress, is Rowby-John Rodriguez. He's a very exciting young player, but he's come up against Mark Webster, who has the advantage in terms of experience and possibly a bit of form as well.
93.
Difficult one to call, but in the early stages it is Webster who's in charge, needs to find 2 trebles to get a manageable finish. 1 treble gets him to a finish, but it's a massive one.
100.
And ton may not be enough here.
$58.
Not enough from RJ Rod. Webster, treble 20. Staying there for double 13. Looks a good lie. Well, that was the thinking. And that's a good setup shot. Didn't get a dart at the double, but he's certainly asking the question of Rowby-John. Treble 19 for bullseye for a 1-3-2, just narrowly missing it.
107.
Austria's number 2, second only to Mensur Suljovic, is the best player in Austria. Webster looking at double 12 now for double 6 for a 3-0 lead. There it is, Mark Webster getting the job done right now against Rowby-John Rodriguez.
26.
Winner of this one faces either, well, it could be Adrian Lewis. We saw him earlier on beating Raymond van Barneveld. Great game of darts here on Showboard 1. Adrian will play the winner of Mensur Suljovic versus Ronnie Huybrechts. Not sure if we've got a result on that one yet. Mensur is the top seed here today with no Michael van Gerwen as Rowby-John Rodriguez fires in his first maximum.
$57. $60.
Just the 60.
$100.
Good adjustment with that last dart from Webster, because the first 2 were absolutely no help at all.
$65. $77.
Rowby-John, oh, well, he needed another one for the go at the bullseye. Webster on 127. This would be a killer blow. Treble 20. 17s now. Oh, it's good. Double 8. Oh, just outside. A special effort from Mark Webster. Rodriguez looking at 72. Another 16 for Tops. Tops might have to go. Oh, he's gone next door into the 5. And a long way next door as well. Rowby-John Rodriguez in the wrong bed. Webster looking at double 8 for a 4-0 lead. And this could be over in double quick time. Webster for another break of throw. That's no good. He moves over to the right. Just wants to cannon into the barrel of that first dart. Oh, and he heard the gasp of exasperation from Mark Webster. 4 darts missed for a 4-0 lead. Double 15. Well, is he...
Game shot.
Well, he splits it and then goes double 8. And Rowby-John Rodriguez, he had one go at the double 15, then suddenly decided, no, I don't fancy it anymore. 14 for double 8, gets the leg, and you can see how important that was for Rowby-John Rodriguez. I'm not sure going 4-0 down with the second break of throw. Well, it's something that's not very easy to recover from, certainly. But he's given himself a chance to work his way back into this match. Surprising everyone there, Rowby-John, with his sudden decision to split. And particularly in that situation when he could have gone 10 double 10.
134.
Right next to the 15 he'd just been throwing at. But hey, look, go which way you want. He pinned it. 22-year-old from Vienna.
134.
134, attacking the Webster throw now, looking to get that break back.
$121.
Roby's dropped his dart there. And that one's bounced out, and that was a good one. Finds its way through to the treble 20, but he's not down to a finish because of that bounce out. Even the extra 20 points would have got him down to a finish. Oh, and that's
134.
capitalising upon the misfortune of Rowby-John Rodriguez. Webster leaves 64. I think Webby will probably
78.
go treble 8 for double top in this instance. A lot of players go treble 16 for double 8. Well, 16, 8. Now it's double top. And there it is. Mark Webster 4-1 up. Rowby-John Rodriguez. Is the game slipping away from him here?
98.
As I understand things over on Showboard 2, Chris Dobie, the exciting young prospect from the northeast of England, the Bedlington lad, is through to the quarterfinals.
26.
Right now, the younger man in this game, Rowby-John Rodriguez, has a lot of work to do if he is set to join him.
100.
Mark Webster. We've seen players come back from dartitis. Mark Walsh is obviously the famous one, but I mean, Mensur Suljovic, you know, the reason he throws like he does
85.
is because he had dartitis himself and had to work out a way of releasing the dart properly. Mark has his own idiosyncratic throw that he's worked on and rebuilt. It's not quite as individual as Mensur's, but there are not really many other people who throw like Mark Webster nowadays. I just think it takes incredible reserves of character to be able to do
100.
that, to be struggling to do something that you found so natural and then have to graft and work to be able to do it once more.
65.
65, not enough to get down to a finish. Rodriguez is going to be on one. He's going to be on a good one.
136.
Yeah, that will do for RJ Rod. He's going to get 2 darts for the leg, but Webster could be waiting. A 180 would leave him double 10. That's exactly what he's going for, surely. Exactly what he's got as well. Maximum from Mark Webster. That's his first. And it puts pressure on this for Rowby-John, but no pressure at all. 4-2. Rowby-John closes the gap to 2 legs once again. But having gone 3-0 down, he knows there is little margin for error here. Webster has already come through battles. Started off with a couple of 6-5 wins before his victory over Andy Hamilton.
68.
Rowby-John we saw in the World Youth Championship, of course. He was seeded number 8 for that. They played from the last 64 down to the final on Sunday. Rowby-John actually hot-footed it from Germany, the German Darts Championship, so he could go and play there. I think he got a flight at 4 in the morning on the Sunday. Flew into Heathrow and then had to travel up to Wigan. Beat Jimi Hendrix in the 3rd round in the quarterfinals. He was beaten by Kenny Nyans, the Belgian, who in turn was beaten by Berry Van Peer. So Van Peer and Corey Cadby are the 2 guys who will be contesting the final at the Players' Championship in Minehead. Rowby-John Rodriguez is going to be in Minehead. He's earned more than 10 grand on the Players' Championship Series this year. Seeded 45 coming into today, and obviously there's more money to come by virtue of winning 3 games today. The 164 is not going for
44.
Mark Webster, but he's left himself Shanghai. Rowby looking to stay on the 19s here. If he hits 7 of them, well, even 3 would.
63.
Okay. 63 gets him down to 170. Webster's going to get a dart at double top, though, for a 5-2 lead. Moving right, moving left. Unable to plot a course through to double top. Rodriguez on the 170. That isn't going to happen. And Webster's got 3 darts at double 10 for a 5-2 lead to go within a leg of the quarterfinals. Potentially a meeting with Adrian Lewis. Potentially Mensur Suljovic, the number 1 seed here today. Double 5 for Mark Webster. Oh, he comes inside, so he doesn't get a dart. He busts his score. He'll come back, look at it, double 10, unless Rodriguez can take out the 130. Might get a dart at the bullseye. Has to find a treble 20. That first dart was awkward, and that made it very, very difficult to get the 60 points he needed with that dart to get a dart for the leg. Mark Webster, double 10. Messed it up last time. On the outside, little shuffle left. And finds the target. It is 5-2. Mark Webster only needs one of the 4 remaining legs. Rowby-John Rodriguez was looking for a 3rd quarter-final on the Pro Tour this year. Made the quarter-final of the World Cup of Darts as well, playing alongside Mensur Suljovic, representing Austria.
81. 134.
Rowby is a player who doesn't seem to have any fear. I remember at the World Cup he was goading an entire hall of Germans as Austria went up against Germany. Does not care. Doesn't mind celebrating up on stage at the big tournaments and the European tours. Even if it's rather annoying his opponent, he seems to like it. Has got a bit of attitude about him despite looking about 12 years old. I think it's good to see.
134.
134 from Webster, just about keeps him interested in this one. It is Rowby-John's leg to lose though. Ooh, that does not help.
40.
40 scored. Opportunity for Webster to get this done in this leg. If you can see off 228 in 2 visits, I think that'll be enough. And that is how you start going about it. Ton 40 leaves him 88. Rodriguez looking at a massive one. He might take it out, you know, treble 17. Needed that for a dart at double 16. Webster has 88 to close this out and book his place in the quarterfinals. Treble 20. 18 now. Bullseye for the match. Misses the target. Rodriguez returns. This has to go. Double 8. Well, you could hear Rowby-John celebrating that. He has survived one match dart at the bullseye from Webster, but this is the leg where Webster will be looking to end it. On his own throw, a 6-3 win to move into the last 8.
100.
£2,250 if you make the quarterfinals. But obviously a chance of winning all 10 grand if you go and win the whole thing today as Rowby-John Rodriguez fires in his 2nd maximum. Rodriguez has stolen the darts already. We will not see a 9-darter from him here, but if he can just fire in a treble just to keep his nose ahead, and that's exactly what he's done. Webster now scrambling around, trying to get back into this leg.
$140.
That's exactly what he's done. He has had battles today, Mark Webster. He may get embroiled in another here because that is a 3rd 180 for Rowby-John Rodriguez. Leaves him 45. Potential 11-darter coming in from the young Austrian. And the man from Wales, well, he may be about to see his lead cut to 1 leg. He was 3-0 up. He had 4 darts for a 4-0 lead, Mark Webster. But it's now 5-4, and this is not over. Rowby-John Rodriguez throwing to level the match now. Webster would have the throw in the deciding leg if it goes that far. He really does not want that to happen, I can assure you. But Rowby-John has just stepped things up a little bit and is asking questions of the former Lakeside World Champion, the former Players' Championship Finals runner-up. Wasn't sure if that was a sort of look away in celebration from Rowby-John or if that was a look away in disappointment there. Did say he's got some attitude. He does get quite fired up and bouncy on the stages. There's no real place for all of that in the floor tournaments, but you still see these guys celebrating when they hit a decent shot or what they view to be an important shot. Rodriguez in the ascendancy. Is Webster fading here? Is he? Or does he know that already he's focusing on the deciding leg where he would have the throw? Where he knows more than likely a 12-darter will be enough to close out the victory. Another 6-5 victory it would be.
140.
Tops.
77.
2 darts missed to take us all the way, but he's going to get at least 3 more, Rowby-John. Webster, just put a dent in this. Just try and ask the question. Does he look at the bullseye here? He does.
105.
Leaves him 90. Rodriguez, double 10. Still double 10. Rushed it. Not rushing this one. Double 10. There it is. Rowby-John Rodriguez has levelled the match. We are going all the way. Mark Webster and Rowby-John Rodriguez in a one-leg shootout for the quarterfinals. Webster has the darts. Can he recapture some of the deadly accuracy from early on in this game? Well, treble 5 and single 5 doesn't help, and a single 19 is no use to him. Rowby-John Rodriguez, a huge opportunity now. He was 5-2 down. He has already survived a match dart at the bullseye for a 6-2 defeat. Rowby-John Rodriguez, ton 40. Webster in trouble here. He had this one in the palm of his hand. You can see the frustration.
41.
It is all coming apart for Mark Webster. Rowby-John Rodriguez looked dead and buried. He could have been 4-0 down, survived 4 darts for it. He's already survived a match dart. And Rowby-John Rodriguez, that wasn't the greatest visit, but he's got a lot of points to play with. Mark Webster, we have seen this before, where he can just focus, put in a big visit, and still come from nowhere when you think that everything is stacked up against him and he's getting frustrated and he's unable to throw his dart properly. He can just suddenly click back into fluent mode. He needs to do it right now. There is no more time for Mark Webster to turn this around.
60.
Just the 60. Rowby-John Rodriguez could have set it up better. Mark Webster has an opportunity, and maybe he's going to take it.
98.
Well, at least he's sensible and kept his thinking there, because he's gone the 18s to make sure he left a finish. If he'd gone on the 20 of that last dart, he might not have. Rowby-John Rodriguez has left double 8 for the match. Mark Webster on 164. This would be an unreal shot. He's not going to take it out. Rowby-John Rodriguez getting darts for the match here. Double 8 he will look at. He has hit it once already in this match. He hit it to get his first leg on the board at 3-0 down. That made it 3-1. Double 8 for Rodriguez to close it out now. Double 4. Double 2. Misses outside. 3 match darts gone for Rowby-John Rodriguez. Webster may yet get a match dart. He should get at least one. 16s. Another single 16. Gives him a dart at his favourite double top, and he might not get another go. It has to go now, and it's high. 2 match darts survive now from Rowby-John Rodriguez. 1 in the 8th leg, 1 in the decider. Double 1! It's there! Rowby-John Rodriguez completes the comeback somehow. Mark Webster had darts to win, unable to convert them. Rowby-John Rodriguez into his 3rd senior quarter-final of 2016.